Have you thought of owning a property in a location that is easily accessible? Just few minutes to the city center and other major fully developed parts of Abuja. Now, if you're looking for that property and one that would not have you break the bank, then I introduce to you Maralago Lake View City right here in Abuja. I hope you can see that, right? So this is, I started this video facing this way so you could see that this is the expressway, right? You can see the pedestrian bridge right there, and over this way you're heading down to town. By town I mean Gwarinpa, you know, the Wuye axis, all of that. You're heading down this way, right? And this is me walking back into the estate. Now this estate is a fully developed property. When I say fully developed, I simply mean that people live here already, right? So the estate features like the, you know, the playground and all of those are available. This is the gatehouse right here, and then just walking you through this section of the estate. As soon as you enter, this is the first section on the right hand side, and this is the office area, and then we have the parking lot, and right beside it we have the tower. Right, there's going to be a tower for commercial and residential right here in this estate. So back this way we'll be heading right into the estate, and let's take a little walk. So now I'm walking right down into the estate. So once we drive in, you're seeing these beautiful trees planted, these amazing landscaping, you know, greenery, beautiful flowers right there. And then, like I mentioned, this is the Iben tour, remember? And right across it is the O2 Arena. It's not like an event center, and you know, basically an event center, like a hall, right? So that's the space for it right there. And then we have the memorial park. You can even see it boldly within here. You can see this is the memorial park here, right? And the park starts here, so you can, you know, you can stay home and just walk to this place and have some quiet time, or maybe your kids want to play, right? You can just bring them out here. So this building you're seeing, this foundation, is for the Iben tour, right? And so you know the Iben tour, the O2 Arena, sorry, it's for the O2 Arena. And we have so many, you know, beautiful things that make this estate amazing. Like I said, remember, people already live here. So Maralago Lake View City is in phases. There is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, right? So if you're that person who, you know, you don't want to buy your land and probably have to wait for a very long time before building, like waiting, I mean waiting for all the approvals, you know, by the government before you start building, then this estate is for you. So you want a home in Abuja, maybe you're not currently in Abuja, but you want to own something in Abuja, right? This is for you. So this is the car park. Now this car park is so big that it can carry so many vehicles at once, and right over that way is still another, you know, entrance, another gate. Now I'm heading down towards the estate. So when you walk into this estate, the first thing that you're going to see is this park, the memorial park, the sports complex, the, you know, children playground. I might not really be able to walk all the way to these places, but I'll give it a shot, okay? I'll give it a shot. So someone is relaxing here, right? This is very good for an evening walk or a morning walk. Like, you just need something within your base where you can, you know, just take a walk in the morning. Then this is that place for you. The interesting thing is that structures are coming up here like really fast. Now for the phase 1, people already live in the phase 1. You know, the phase 2, people live there as well. Some buildings are completed, some are still under construction, and for the phase 3, they're still building, and that is where we have a few plots available for sale. Now this is the sports arena. You can see that there is a basketball court here, a volleyball court here, right? There's also a swimming pool. We have a football pitch, and the memorial park stretches all the way from up that way down to this side. And right after, you know, and this is the park, and then that side is the car park, right? So right after the car park, ahead is where we have the children's playground, a mini children's playground. So I'm just gonna show us this beautiful sight, right? So imagine walking, you won't even believe it, that there are still plots available in this estate for sale, and not just available but really affordable. Okay, now this property is an FCDA approved property, right? So you don't really have concerns about the security. That's the title of your property. You can see a car just drove out, right? Like I said, people live here, right? Now there's a football pitch, there's one in front, there's one behind it, and these seats are for people who would come to watch the football matches. Maybe phase 1 and phase 2 dads who decide to play a match, or phase 1 and phase 2 kids who decide to play a match, or phase 2 and phase 3 anyone that works who decide to play a match, right? So you can see phase 1 heads this way. So the houses you're seeing here are in phase 1, and people live there, right? These ones are the ones that are still under construction, but for some they are done with the construction and people live there. So I'm facing the camera here so you can see the children's playground, right? And right towards this side, let me take it closer for you to see. Can you see that? That is the phase 2 entrance. That's the phase 2 entrance. So the phase 2 heads this way, and phase 1 heads this way, right? There's also a Lake View Center somewhere around here, okay, and right that way. So I'll just pause here for now and give you a proper tour much later.